Psychological safety is probably the one of the newest buzzword that we have in the corporate industry. We keep talking about it. What are the benefits of it? How wonderful it is? What we need? At this hour. And I agree to all of these points. If you I've read that book of Amy Edmondson of the Fearless Organization, the Four Stages of Psychological Safety from Timothy Clark. Both are wonderful books. You must read them. They describe it as a climate where people can voice their opinion freely without the fear of repercussions, or it's an environment where people thrive. They talk about different things, right? And Timothy Clark defines it as the an environment of rewarded vulnerability. So where you get rewarded for being vulnerable, right? So that's a wonderful definition as well. Now, the thing is with psychological safety that it's often get misconceptualized. People think different things about psychological safety, but not what it is, right? And that's why we are here, and I'm trying to help you with some of the points, maybe 10 points that what psychological safety is not. The first being trust. It's very important to understand the difference between trust and psychological safety. Trust could be a byproduct of psychological safety, but trust itself is not psychological safety. Now, what is trust? Let's understand that. Now, for example, I trust my leader. What is that? That means that I trust that leader, this person, might be taking a decision which is beneficial for the organization. I trust the intent of my leader. Now, does that mean that the decision that my leader is taking is unquestionable? Does that mean that I cannot go and tell, okay, your decision might not be correct? I trust your intent. I know that you have the right intent, but this decision might not be. And if I say so, my leader listens to me, talks to me, explains, and if required, changes the decision. Now, if that is happening, that is psychological safety. If that is not happening, you might have trust, but you do not really have a psychological safety. So trust and psychological safety is different. Being nice. It's not being, it's not that psychological safety means you have to be nice, all good, and talk to people and only talk about morale and, team bonding, and then just do not talk about anything else, right? I mean, no problem, you do not need to work, you feel comfortable here. No, you don't want to fulfill customers or serve the customer. That's okay, you're here, we just don't want to say anything. That's not it, right? I mean, we are in a business. People come here, we all come to work to serve a purpose, to serve a larger vision, right? So it's not that only being nice. That's not psychological safety either. So some people correlate it to high performance, that if you are psychologically high, number 3, that if you're psychologically safe place, then you have high performance. Again, high performance does not directly correlate to psychological safety, but psychologically safe place might lead to high performance. There are different other things which contributes to high performance, right? I mean, skill set of people, then there are the product that we are building, whether that product is required or not. So there are so many other aspects of high performance. Psychological safety is one of them. So it's not directly equatable to high performance either. Number 4, people think it's personality, that certain personality is only can display the behavior of psychological safety. Again, it's a wrong notion. Organization and personalities, even individual's personality, right? It has a trait. Being a psychology student, I understand that the trait says that it is not the sum of my entire personality, right? So all the characteristics that I have, my personality is not the sum of it. In fact, each part of my personality has a relation to the whole personality, right? So its organization works in the same way, right? So my personality, whatever is happening, is a part of that personality which goes into the organization. That does not make the entire people's personalities, organized personality, is the sum of all people's personality, right? So each has some impact on it. Now, if somebody is rude, that might impact the environment, yes, but that's psychological safety itself is not a personality factor. It's a culture where it's an environment where we all, somebody, some people who might be rude, but they go into that psychologically safe environment, they can also, talk about their fear, their being vulnerable and all that. So that's exactly what psychological safety is, but not only a personality factor. Spreading of responsibility, number 5, which does mean that psychological safety does not mean that you do not really have any accountability whatsoever. So you do whatever you want to do, nobody is going to say anything to you. This is an extension of being nice. In fact, it doesn't mean that you cannot, you just can do whatever you want. There is no accountability. Psychologically safe place, right? It doesn't work that way. It's about a place where you are thriving to change, right? You are voicing the opinion that, okay, this might change. You are trying to uncover more errors so that you can perform better, okay, you can improve. It's not that you go to a zone where you don't just need to work anything because it's psychologically safe place. That's exactly not it is, right? Codeling, number 6. Timothy Clark talks about this. That means we are wrapping you up from all kind of anxiety, fear, pressure, what happening in the market, right? It's like you're being isolated from the real world. Just be calm, cool, don't worry about anything. But that's not the case. It happens, right? I mean, the customer needs something, customer wants some product, we need to deliver, right? I mean, we need to understand that. It's not that problem, but in that situation, in all those dynamics which is going on in the market, how can we remain psychologically safe? That's the challenge, that's the beauty of it, right? It's not consensus decision making, it's not democratizing things either, right? That means we are not waiting for everyone to agree on the same thing. That's not what is happening in psychologically safe place. It means that we are open to our views. It means we are trying and talking about our concerns and all that, and you are not penalized for that, you are not prosecuted for that. You are in fact encouraged for voicing out your opinion and trying to talk about it, right? Maybe we are leading into some experiment to understand, okay, is this what does this make sense, what can we else do? Maybe not right now, but can it something that it can be done to improve our process? Yes, immediately might not be. So it's not that everybody needs to agree on something, but it's about whether we are fearless about talking about those problems which we think we might be correct, we might not be correct, we might be wrong as well. But do I still have that courage? Do I still have that environment where I can say, okay, this is what I think. It might not be right, but that's okay, right? Number 8 is it's not universal and absolute autonomy, right? That you get, as I said, it's different, right? I mean, it's about you do have the autonomy, but you do have the accountability as well. Both of these autonomy comes with accountability. You do not have autonomy without accountability. That's non-existence in this world. So you need to think about that. It's not absolute autonomy. It comes with accountability, which is good, right? It's not political correctness. It need not to be all the time that it has to be politically correct things that needs to be done in psychologically safe place. It's about, as I said, I mean, it can be right, it can be wrong, it can be it has different dimensions to it. So we need to realize and understand all these facts. Number 10, a rhetoric reassurance. That means if we keep saying yes, we are psychologically safe, yes, we are psychologically safe, that's not psychological safety. You need to work. There are so many other things that I spoke about, right? I mean, we need to work on those and creating environment and climate and culture of it. Then only we become psychologically safe. By just saying we are from today onwards we are psychologically safe, it doesn't work that way. I'll give you an example. There was one we were talking to a team and we said, okay, can we try this team? And the team was eager to try this, and the manager jumped on and said, I don't think this will work with this team. They will not be able to do it. Team, what do you think? Now, is that what you feel safe, feel free to talk about, to differ with me. We are psychological safe place. What will happen? What do you think? What will happen? That's what the problem is. This is called rhetoric reassurance, where we rhetorically reassure people to be psychologically safe, but we don't do anything to ensure that it's psychologically safe place. I hope that clarifies. Please put your comments below. Share your experience of psychologically safety, psychologically safe place, environment, and talk about what is not psychologically safe apart from this list. Right. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.